Hi, I'm Sam Mims, and I'm the founder of Syntaur in New Braunfels, Texas. The business Syntaur is in is that we sell parts for music synthesizers. If you have a vintage Moog synthesizer, or if you have a newer Yamaha Montage or something like that, we have parts for it. And our business model is that we want to be the Home Depot of synthesizer parts. So no matter what you need for whatever instrument, we hope to have it. And then the other part of our business is that we refurbish vintage synthesizers and resell them. So we have a showroom in Texas that's full of fun stuff. The company started out doing sound design, and Ensoniq was the inspiration for the company. So when Ensoniq came out with the Mirage in '85, I bought the first one in the state at the time, sight unseen. I was just so fascinated with it. And I got it, and it was amazing. I loved it. And then shortly thereafter, Ensoniq came out with their first synthesizer. The Mirage was a sampler, and the ESQ-1 was their first synthesizer. And I heard the ESQ-1, and it was right up my alley. Here it was, 3 oscillators, just like a mini Moog that I was familiar with. The sound design diagram right there on the panel was so familiar. It was just like a mini Moog. And so the ESQ-1 just really spoke to me, and I bought one and started doing sound design with the ESQ-1. At first just for getting the sounds I needed to play in a top 40 band, and then it dawned on me that I could sell these. I could make a few extra bucks doing this. So I started selling them through the Ensoniq Hacker, which was a kind of a small newsletter magazine back then. And that's how Syntaur started. The very first sales were in 1988, selling Mirage discs and ESQ-1 sample sets, or sound sets, ESQ-1 sound sets. I'm amazed how people still love the ESQ-1. Well, I say that and I'm not amazed, because I loved it. It was great. The simplicity of programming it, the wavetable sounds running through analog filters. It's just really a magic combination of different technologies that work in a wonderful way. And I think Ensoniq was the masters of creating user-friendly instruments that they're so easy to wrap your brain around and so intuitive to use. And the ESQ-1 is exactly that. The ESQ-1 was dreamy to program because it had such, you could modulate all kind of stuff with all kind of stuff. And looking back, it was such a fun machine to program. The thing about the ESQ-1 with me personally is that when I was making those sounds, I dove into the ESQ-1 deeper than anything I'd ever gotten into. And I feel like I knew the ESQ-1 better than anyone on the planet, is what I want to say. I mean, that sounds a little grandiose, but I would find things on the ESQ-1 that it could do that Ensoniq didn't know it could do. That was the beauty of diving into something that deep. And I eventually became a beta tester for Ensoniq and pointed out things that didn't work, and things that were, like I say, that you wouldn't expect of the ESQ-1. The thought of these sound sets that I did so many decades ago being resurrected and now being available to users of Cherry Audio's ESQ-1 is amazing, and it's very much an honor. I think some of the sounds I did way back then were maybe a little cheesy by today's standards, because at that point we were trying to recreate, in many instances, specific instruments. You know, can I make an oboe sound on this ESQ-1 that's passable? Well, you can get a Yamaha Montage these days that makes a much better oboe, or you can get a sampler. But the things that really stuck with me about the ESQ-1 are the sounds that you can't recreate without an ESQ-1 or without the software emulation of it.